Hi guys, today I want to do a review on the Samsung Galaxy S5 Android phone. See, I just barely got my upgrade a couple days ago, and I don't want to talk about the good parts of the phone, about it being water resistant, about the fact that the camera has this smooth move technology thing. I want to talk about the mic because it sucks. It absolutely sucks. I know I'm kind of late to the party because this phone has been out for a while and I just barely got my upgrade. But I was so excited to get the upgrade because I had the S3 for the longest time and it worked perfectly, but it was just getting older. And so it was time to get rid of it. So I wanted the S5. I didn't want the Note because it was a little bit too big. So I got it and I use the phone for other things too. I do some internet and I watch some Netflix and stuff on the phone. So all that's fine. But I do a lot of recording on my phone because I've been doing a lot of vlogging lately. And I don't really want to take my cameras that I use for the cooking show, out on the road with me. So I figured I always have my phone with me. I could just record and be done with it. That's what I was doing with the S3. And so I started recording right away. And then when I played it back, on the camera, on the phone itself, I could hear this very tinny type of sound, like kind of like when we were kids and we used to talk through that tin can with the rope or the string. And I was like, I went to my husband and he's a little bit hearing impaired, so he can't hear a whole lot of the different things that I want him to hear, the higher pitches. And I said, do you hear that? Do you hear that? And then he says, I don't know, it sounds like you're talking in a can or something. So he even heard it. And so I went to my kids after I pulled the clips off of the camera and put it on the computer. And my two older boys, they're, really into technology and stuff. And they're like, Mom, I can live with it, but I can see what you're saying. And, don't let that bug you. But it does bug me because I really wanted the phone to use it for vlogging. And now I'm not going to be able to use it for that. But you know what? I don't know that knowing that information would have stopped me personally from upgrading to this phone because I didn't want the iPhone. So I don't know that this would have stopped me. But I think I would have liked to know what I was getting into so that I could know, okay, I'm just going to use it for other things, but I'm not going to be using it, to make recordings. I mean, you can do still shots really awesome and you can do a lot of wonderful things with the phone, but not video recording if you don't like that sound. Now, sounds bug me. They've always bugged me. And if a song irritates me, I won't listen to it anymore. So that's when I go look at other people's YouTube videos. The lighting can be off, everything can be awful, but if the sound's awful or if there's a sound going on in the background that's bugging, I won't look anymore. So that's why I really try to put headphones on and listen for sounds and stuff like that. So I don't think I'm going to be using this for vlogging, but I wanted to review. So when I sat and thought about reviewing it for you guys, I just didn't want to come on and tell you, oh, it sucks, blah, blah, blah. So I went back into my external hard drive and I found a lot of clips of when I used the S3 and the sound quality on it. And so what I've done is pull a few clips off, and I'm going to try to use this phone today to duplicate what I did, to make a duplicate of what I did. And so if I was in the kitchen from a distance and my daughter was holding it, I'm going to do that. If I was sitting outside and doing this, I'm going to do that, okay? So we can duplicate the different distance and the settings that I use for the S3 to see how it compares. Now, the S3 was not hiss-free. It truly was not hiss-free, but it was way better than this. And I sat there and I wondered, why does it bug me so much with the hissing? And it's because it makes it sound like I have a lisp. And I don't have a lisp. And so that's why it bugged me. I got vindicated this morning, though, when I played it back for my daughter. And she heard the recording and she says, ooh, Mom, I hear it. You're not going to like that. That's going to bug you. And so I decided, well, let me review the mic. So that way, if you're deciding if you want to upgrade to this phone or buy this phone and you're trying to decide between this phone and another one, if you're thinking that you want to do video recordings and this kind of stuff's going to bug you, then don't do this. And on the other hand, for me, I would have probably still gotten this phone, but I would have liked to know what I was walking into. So let's get started right away with comparing the S3 and the S5 clips. And then towards the end, I'm going to actually change the settings in the mic because you can change the settings in the mic. So I'm going to change the settings and show you guys, I think it's 3 different settings: normal, conversation, and interview. I think those are the 3 settings, and we'll see if it makes a difference. Someone even said that I could turn the phone on airplane mode and it would make a difference. I didn't think so, but I'm going to let you guys be the judge, okay? So let's get started right away. Alright guys, so welcome to Babs Bear Talk. This is the vlog channel that goes along with the Bear Pantry show. And what I'm going to start doing is... Alright, so I'm trying to match this clip to the one that I just showed. And in that clip, my daughter was on that end of the counter and I was on this end and I was showing you the big piece of cake or whatever. And so I want to see how it sounds. I left the fan on because the fan was on in that video when I did the S3 recording. And that fan does make a little ticking sound when it's going. But it's not the outside ambience that's getting to me. It's the way the speech sounds coming out of my mouth. It sounds like the lisp, you know, like the F's and the S in the alphabet is the highest frequency. And I don't want to hear that whistling S sound off of it. Josh is our resident computer technician, and he's fixing Jada's computer right now because something burned out. The GPU or whatever burned out.
It might have overheated.
So in this clip, my son Joshua was fixing Jada's computer and I was standing right here and I was talking from behind the phone like this. So I don't know how the quality sounds, but again, we're testing for the whistling F's and the whistling S. I'm waiting for the cake to cool down. I'm going to do some split peas, and Belize, we love the yellow split peas rather than the green, but to me they taste the same. Alright, so on this one in the S3, Jada walked with me and we came over here to watch the split peas on the stove. And so this is the same distance again that we're recording from. And again, we're trying to test for the whistling S's and the whistling F's and see if it sounds any better. I am still hoping, you guys. This is fun. I like doing a vlog because it's so easy to edit. You know, maybe I should show you guys how I edit the cooking show because it's so difficult to edit that. And I had to learn all that stuff by myself. Alright, so on the prior clip, you saw me holding the phone like this and I was vlogging with the phone facing forward. I'm using the front camera and the front mic and I want to see if the sound quality gets any better. It's tart because of the lemon. Alright, so in the first video, I was eating the piece of cake right here. My daughter was standing right diagonally at this counter. The fan was on still. And basically, I was chatting up a storm saying that the cake was tart because of the lemon in it and stuff like that. So I'm trying to use a lot of S and F's again so you guys can pick up on that, okay? And right now, I'm videotaping all of these clips on the normal setting for the microphone. Okay, so what I want to show you guys is how to get to the microphone setting. Press this bar down here twice. Microphone settings.
Open microphone settings.
She sounds like she smoked all her life, doesn't she? So it's on normal. I want to put it on interview. And then I'm going to do a recording and see how the mic quality sounds. And I'll play that back for you. Hi guys, so this setting for the microphone is set on interview. And I'm using the front camera because I'm self-vlogging. So let me turn it around and see what the back camera does, okay? So now I'm vlogging with the phone, with the back part of the phone facing me because my daughter says sometimes the back camera is a lot better than the front one. So then I'm using the microphone on the back part and it's all set still in the interview mode. So now I'm going to set it on conversation. Now let's do some recording. Alright, so again, I have the phone facing me and I'm using the front mic and the front camera. And it's set on conversation for the mic settings. And we want to see the quality of the sound. We want to make sure that it doesn't sound like I'm talking through two tin cans, all right? And now I've turned the phone backwards to where I'm using the back mic and the back camera to let's see if the sound is any different with the microphone settings set on conversation. Alright, so there you have it, guys. I really did the best I could to duplicate the clips so that we could match the S3 and the S5. Unfortunately, I never graduated to the S4, so I don't know anything about that phone. But as you can see, I was very rudely surprised when I went from the 3 to the 5 because basically the microphone really, really sucks. I don't know if they tried to turn up the gain on it, make it too hypersensitive or whatever they did to try to make it better. They actually made it worse for me, so I'm not going to be able to vlog with this. But I'm going to try to suck it up and warm up to it and get used to the other fantastic features that it has, alright? So if you're trying to make a decision and the microphone quality matters to you, I wouldn't get this one. So there you have it. That's my review. Even when I plugged my lavalier mic into the phone, it recorded and everything, but it still had a slight hissing going on. It wasn't as bad as when I wasn't using the mic, but still it's not worth me plugging all this stuff into the phone to try to do a little bit of vlogging.